Ahem, notice anything different? I made a new rig of my Sona. So I quickly want to say I have a goal. I'm going to attempt to get 1,000 subscribers in just 1 month. No, it sounds hard, but I'm determined. So engaging with this video and possibly subscribing, oh my gosh, it will help out so much. Anyway, I'll shut up now. Let's get into the video. Every artist has a moment where they hesitate before posting. You finish your drawing, you look at it for a while, maybe you zoom in and notice every mistake. Maybe you start wondering if people will like it, you think about posting it, then doubt starts. What if people hate it? What if I'm not talented enough? What if everyone sees the mistakes I see? But eventually, you decide to take the risk and you post it and you wait. At first you're excited, maybe someone will like it, maybe someone will notice your effort. Then the notifications start coming in. Some people compliment it, some people give advice, but then there's always that one person that says things like, "This is bad, why'd you post this? Don't quit your day job." For someone who spent years learning, practicing, and building the courage to share their work, comments like those can really hurt. And the worst part is that many beginner artists believe those comments. They start thinking maybe they really aren't good enough. Maybe they should stop. Maybe art isn't just for them. But what people forget is that every artist starts exactly where beginners are right now at the beginning. And there is seriously nothing wrong with that. One of the biggest problems with social media is that it creates unrealistic expectations. A beginner artist can upload their work and immediately have it compared to someone who has spent 10, 15, or even 20 years improving their art. You could have someone who started drawing a few months ago standing next to an artist who has dedicated their entire life to their art. Then the beginner artist may start comparing themselves and thinking, why doesn't my art look professional? The answer is simple, because they're just a beginner. Nobody expects someone to play a guitar for the first time and sound like a famous musician. So why do people expect artists to skip the learning process? Artists built through practice, not talent alone. The artists people admire today were not always amazing. The professional artists you see online once struggled with the same thing beginners struggle with now. They had drawings they weren't proud of, they had drawings that looked strange, they had paintings that didn't turn out the way they imagined. They made mistakes consistently. That's the difference, is they kept learning. People only see the final result. They don't see all of the hours or heck even days behind it. They don't see the hundreds of failed attempts that came before it. Social media shows the destiny, it doesn't show the journey. Another reason beginner artists receive hate is because some people misunderstand what art actually is. They treat every piece like it's a competition. Art isn't a race where everyone starts at the same time. Two artists can draw the same subject and create completely different results. One might focus on realism, another might focus on emotions, another might create a completely unique style. There isn't just one correct way to make art. The purpose of art is not to impress people, it's to communicate ideas, feelings, and creativity. Now, that doesn't mean artists should ignore all criticism, in my opinion. Criticism can be actually one of the most valuable tools for improvement. It's helped me a lot. But there is a difference between criticism and hate. Criticism says, the design is really nice, but I think the anatomy could use a little more practice. What's very important is only if they ask for criticism. That gives the artist something to work on. Hate says, give up, you'll never improve. Do you see the difference? Is there any tips in that? Anything helpful? No, that doesn't help anyone. Good criticism focuses on the work. Hate attacks a person. Beginner artists should learn to recognize the difference, because if you listen to every negative comment, the same way you'll end up throwing away useful advice along with meaningless negativity. Everyone has to start somewhere. Another difficult part of being an artist online is comparison. You scroll through social media and see incredible artwork. Someone is creating amazing paintings, animations, and even character designs than anything you think you could make. And suddenly your own artwork feels worthless. But comparison can be misleading. You're comparing your unfinished process to someone else's finished product. If you see their best work, you don't see their years of practice that created it. You don't see the bad drawings they made before. You don't see the moments where they wanted to quit. Everyone has a learning process, and it's all different for everyone. Some people are just further along than theirs. A lot of beginner artists also forget that improvement is difficult to notice while it's happening. When you practice every day, the changes can feel invisible. You might look at your artwork and think, I'm not getting any better, but then you look back at something you made 6 months ago. Suddenly, you notice the difference. Your lines are cleaner, colors make more sense. Growth is happening even when you don't notice it immediately. Like for example, here's my old art from last year. Yeah, I know, it's pretty bad. But here's some of my new art. Of course, I still have a lot to learn, but I do think I improved. It really just takes time. The biggest challenge for beginner artists is not always learning how to draw. Sometimes it's learning how to continue when nobody notices, because not every artwork will go viral, not every post will get thousands of likes, not every person will understand your style, and that's normal. Many artists quit because they expect instant results. They think if I'm good, people will immediately notice, but that's not how creativity careers usually work. Most successful artists spend years of creating before people cared. They improved when no one was watching. They practiced when there was no reward. They built their skills before they built their audience. The internet can be a difficult place for artists. It gives everyone a voice, but that means people can encourage you. But it also means people can criticize you without understanding your journey. A stranger online only sees one drawing. They don't look at the effort behind it. They don't see how much courage it took to post it. They don't see the progress you've already made. So don't let one person's opinion become the final decision about your ability. If you're a beginner artist watching this, remember something important. Your early artwork is supposed to look like early artwork. That is not something to be embarrassed about. It means you're learning. Every mistake is proof that you are practicing something new. Every failed drawing is information. Every attempt teaches you the previous attempt didn't. The only artists who never improve are the ones who stop trying. And for anyone who comments on beginners' artwork, remember this: there's a real person behind every piece of art. Someone who spent time creating something, someone who might have been nervous before sharing it. A small amount of encouragement can make someone want to continue, and a cruel comment can make someone want to put their passion away. Your words matter more than you think. At the end of the day, being an artist means accepting that not everyone will understand your work. Some people will love it, some people won't. Some people will support you, some people will criticize you. But the most important opinion is the one that helps you continue growing, because every artist with a blank page, every artist who has moments of doubt, every artist who has work they are not proud of, the difference between someone who improves and someone who quits is often just one thing: they continued. So if you're creating something and you're still learning, don't be ashamed of where you are. Trust me, it will be so worth it in the long run. Keep practicing, keep experimenting, keep making mistakes, because the artist you want to become is created by every piece you make along the way. Anyways, that's all for today. I'd love to hear your take on this. If you enjoyed hearing me rant, I'd be forever grateful if you liked and subscribed. I'm really trying to get monetized. But thank you, and have an amazing, splendid, beautiful rest of your day. Bye!